to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Guys, good morning.
Nope.
Why not?
Happy old year. Because 2020 is going to be just like 2019.
I'm hoping.
Because that same coach is going to be coaching my Dallas
Now,
Cowboys.
you know what that means, Skip?
Happy old year,
The
Shannon.
first day of 2020, if he's still the coach, you know what that means?
No, I don't.
He's gonna be your coach for the 2020 season.
Aha.
I would
Great.
love that.
Here we go.
I would love that to happen.
Here we go. Last day for 2019, and we have a packed show. Lots to get to today. Did LeBron James deserve to win Male Athlete of
Don't do
the
that.
Decade? And is it too soon to write off Tom Brady and the Patriots? But first, we do have to talk about Skip's Cowboys. Ahead of Jason Garrett's meeting with the Jones family, Garrett admitted he didn't know what the future held, but said, quote, "We'll have a good visit and see what's next." After the meeting, there was still no news on Garrett's future. Jerry Jones was clear that he had no timetable on a decision following the Cowboys' blowout win over Washington on Sunday. Jerry said, quote, "There's no door shut here tonight. Both sides are scheduled to meet again today." Interesting there. Shannon, please explain what is going on here.
Skip, it's really hard to cut ties with someone you care about.
I agree.
We've all been here, Skip. You've been in a relationship and you got your self-talked up. You're like, you know what? I'm going to end it. I just know it's not the right thing to do. We're going in two different directions. She wants different things. He wants different things. So you got this all planned out, Jenny. I'm going to get home. I'm going to say, you know what, babe? I just think it's time for us to go our separate ways.
You must have had a lot of
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
Skip,
You use a lot of these examples.
all your experience is negative. It's all
A
bad.
lot of breakups.
And you get there, you like, "Hey, babe, how you doing? Good to see you. Had a great day at work." And because you care. Now, if you don't care about, get out, kick rocks. I don't ever want to see you again. Don't call me, lose my number, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Jerry can't do that, Skip, because he's allowed himself to get too close to this situation. And remember, this is one reason why the military do not let higher-ups have relationships with subordinates. Because it clouds your judgment. It makes it so hard for you to do things that you know you should do. Skip, Jerry knows what he should do, but because he's gotten so close, it's hard for me to believe. I believe that over the course of this 9-year relationship as an owner-coach, Jason has gone on vacation with Jerry. I believe he's gone to Jerry's home and had, nice meals or celebration.
Yeah, I agree.
With Jerry. And so, Skip, it makes it so much harder because deep down, Jerry's like, you look here. We've been together 9 years. I got 800 or 500 seasons. I've made the playoffs 3 times. I've missed it the other times. So I know what I should do. But damn, and I like Jason. He's like a son to me.
He is.
And
he keeps saying we have lived a football life together.
And
they have.
And they have, Skip, because like you said, he was Troy's backup.
He was.
They won a championship together. He was his offensive coordinator, and he promoted him to head coach. So there's a lot of history there. And plus, you said Jerry reads. What did Pro Football Focus say? This is the most unluckiest team. They got some bad breaks here and there. Jerry's like, you know what? We did get a couple of bad breaks. Jason's really not that bad. Because you see, look how we looked against Washington, Skip. Look how we looked the first time around against Philly, Skip. So look at what we did to the Rams. They were a team that had a winning record, and we destroyed them. So he's looking at it. But because Jerry has these range of emotions, Skip, he's ready to fire him. I was surprised that Jason was allowed to get back on the plane after the New England game. And then he comes out in the Chicago game. They lose on a Thursday night, Skip, and he puts his arm around him and said, you know what, hey, that's when he came up with that. We had a football life together. He's almost seemed like, I can't let this guy go. Skip, look. Jerry is looking deep down. Maybe if I just gave him a 2-year deal, say, Jason, I'm going to need you to turn this thing around. I'm going to get you some new coaches, yada, 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 and this thing will be different. He knows what he should do, but because his heart is so connected to Jason, it makes it almost impossible for him to do it. Because he also knows, Skip, 9 years I've groomed Jason. He's going to take everything I say, all this in the paper. I can beat him up, beat him down, and he's going to just take it in stride. And just go say, hey, we got to keep our heads down. Remember, we keep our heads down and we keep working, keep grinding. And Jerry's like, I don't know if somebody else going to be, they say that. I don't know if they're going to be able to take it. So that's what's going on, Skip. He's too close to the situation. He's allowed himself to get too close to Jason Garrett, and it's tearing at his heart that he knows he's probably going to have to, he needs to let Jason go, but he can't right now.
For once, I unfortunately agree with every word you just uttered. And I must say publicly, my worst football nightmare is taking place right before my very eyes, and I can't do anything to stop it. In fact, the more I sit over here and pound this desk, Jerry, wake up finally and fire this man. He's a nice guy. We all agree.
Yep.
He's not the right guy to coach the Dallas Cowboys going forward. You know it, Jerry, and I know it, Jerry. Shannon Sharp, deep down, I believe he knows it, though he won't admit it publicly.
I don't know it.
And yet, the more I beat this table, trust me on this, because I know Jerry Jones, the more I pound, the more he's going to dig in.
Yep.
Because he has lived his life, his oil and gas life, doing just the opposite of what everybody told him he should do. Jerry, you're done. You're tapped out. You got to quit. You got to go do something. Nope, I'm going to do this. I'm going to hit a gusher. And he finally hit a gusher after they cut his credit card into at Love Field in Dallas, Texas, because he was tapped out. So now everybody in the world is assuming he will fire Jason. Most people believe, I think in the media, he should fire Jason Garrett.
Correct.
And because that's all he's hearing, Jerry Jones is as stubborn an old coot as you will ever meet. He is digging deeper and deeper in to say, okay, I'm going to show all of you people, I'm going to shut you up. What did he say after the New England game? This is going to be the greatest story ever told. We're going to rally. We're going to shock the world. No, they're out of the playoffs.
No,
and I lost 5 cases of Diet Dew just because of that. It was not. It was the greatest story ever untold because it was simply the biggest disappointment of any team to me in Dallas Cowboy history. And that's a lot of history. And yet now I hear that Jerry and Jason are meeting for a second time today and that Jerry and Steven have canceled their radio shows. Why would they do that? Because those guys, they love their microphones.
Yeah.
They don't miss their opportunities to be in the spotlight. But it's because this meeting has taken precedence over their radio shows. It's because they don't have anything to say yet publicly because they've got to iron out everything privately first. And the only reason they're meeting for a second time with Jason is simply because they're trying to figure out how to fix the Dallas Cowboys. Coaching staff, Chris Richard's interviewing for the Giants job. Okay, what if we do this? Should we fire him? Should we hire him? What can we do? What player personnel moves can we make? Should we resign? Should we? So they're having an organizational sit down with Jason, which only indicates to me they are going forward with Jason Garrett.
Right.
Again, for once, I love the way Jimmy Haslam did business in Cleveland on Sunday night. He had already decided that's enough for Freddie Kitchen. So what did he do? As soon as the team landed, he went and met with Freddie. And as they were meeting, the Cleveland Browns issued a statement that he is fired.
Right.
Okay, because Jimmy already knew this was wrong. This was a mistake. It's over.
Or he could have done like David Tepper.
Yeah, like that.
He's like, I already know I'm going in a different direction.
Well, I called for him to do that after the New England game because I thought it would have turned around and saved the season. But the point is, he didn't. He should have fired Jason on Sunday night because the handwriting was all over the locker room wall. This team underachieved as woefully as any team in Cowboy history. So why Friday did I pick the Washington Redskins to upset the Cowboys? Well, I was just picking it with my heart because it's the first time in my life of rooting for the Cowboys that I was rooting against them against the Redskins, their arch rival. Why was that?
Because you know if they'd have lost, it would have been easy for them.
Easy, because I think he might have fired him on the spot because Jerry has knee-jerk overreaction in him.
Yes.
He's got a bad temper, and when it goes, it snaps. And I thought maybe he'll snap if the lowly Redskins come in at, what were they, 3 and 12 at that point. Yeah, 3 and 12. If they come in and upset them and they just come out flat and lifeless like they have about 12 times this year, then maybe he'll just fire him on the spot. But the one thing I didn't want to happen happened. 47-16 happened. And to your points, I think Jerry went home, I told you yesterday, and said, yeah, they didn't quit on Jason.
Yeah.
And then as they were having dinner a night ago, Stephen, Jerry Jr., Charlotte, the daughter, they're sitting around and they start saying what you were just saying. We just dominated the Eagles at home, didn't we? And we looked like a Super Bowl team against the Rams, didn't we? Right?
Yep.
And that was a tour de force against, albeit the Redskins, but boy, we've